Hello and welcome to the next YouTube video on my channel. I am Roman, and in this video I will show and explain you how to master chess strategy. Today's topic is the comparative strength of chess pieces. When you are analyzing the balance of power on the chessboard, you, as a chess player, is usually guided by the generally accepted comparative of the value of chess pieces. But if you are doing this blindfolded without thinking much, then in your analyzation, a bishop is as strong as a knight, because, well, they're both worth 3 points of material. And there are also other examples. Furthermore, a rook in your analyzation is 2 pawns stronger or more worth than a bishop or a knight. The queen is stronger than the knight and the rook combined, because the knight and the rook combined are worth 8 points of material in terms of points of material, and the queen is worth 9 points, so 1 point more. In addition, in your analyzation, 3 pawns are as strong as light chess pieces, so as a knight or a bishop, and so on and so on. I could give you more examples to this. In some cases, this type of analyzation of the balance of strengths on the chessboard is completely enough, especially for beginners in chess. Just play and play, it's okay. But sometimes, for example, a pawn which is reaching the 7th rank, or vice versa the 2nd rank here, and cannot be stopped and can develop into a queen on the following move, can be stronger than a rook if he is not stoppable. This is explained by the fact that the strength of chess pieces is affected by their position and placement on the chessboard. Therefore, in some positions, the weaker piece, in terms of points of material, can defeat the stronger one and be better in this specific position. But before we'll continue with showing you how to analyze the comparative strength of chess pieces correctly with an example, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm really trying to reach the 1000 subscribers right now, so that I will get monetized on YouTube and I will be able to produce more YouTube videos for you then and increase the quality of them. Thank you. In the debut of a chess game, so in the beginning, the type of analyzation which I've just shown you is probably working often. In the middle game, it will definitely have some little mistakes, but in the end game, which you can see right now on the chessboard, this type of analyzation can be completely wrong. In the position that you can see right now here on the chessboard, the black chess pieces have a big material advantage. After bishop captures rook on f6 with check, black rook captures back the bishop, we capture the rook with our rook from f1, and black's king captures back our rook. All of the big chess pieces, so the rooks and the light chess pieces, are away from the chessboard, and black has now 2 pawns more than us, and they're easily able to win this chess game without any problems. But actually, if white will start with another move, so not with bishop captures rook on f6, they'll be able to win this game. In this position, they just have to start capturing the opponent's rook here on f6, not with the bishop, but rather with the own rook. Because now, after black captures back our rook with their d6 rook, we don't capture this rook now with our bishop, but we just let all of this stay here, because this bishop on c3 now is pinning this rook. This king can't move anymore, because if he moves, for example, on g8, we can just capture the rook without any problems, and the rook can move away, for example, on f5, because this will be check. So this rook right now is just completely useless, and this shows us that if you would analyze how I've just shown you in the beginning of the game, this rook should be stronger than our bishop here on c3, because, well, he's worth 5 points of material, but this bishop is worth 3 points of material, so the rook is definitely stronger. But in this position, that's completely incorrect. The game could, for example, continue now with pawn to h4, our opponent plays pawn to h6, we play king to g2, and if our opponent would now play pawn to g5, trying to escape with the king on g6, getting out of this pin and being able to win this game, we play in this position after pawn to g5 the brilliant move pawn to h5, blocking this g6 square, and now our opponent can't do anything anymore. Now, after lots of pawns, pawn pushes, trades and so on, we will force the black king to move away from defending the rook when all of the pawns are blocked, and win the game without any problems after capturing the rook with our bishop. So you could see now that here it was very important to capture the rook here in the beginning of this position, not with the bishop from c3, but with the rook on f1, and to calculate that in this position our bishop, which is in points of material weaker than the opponent's rook, is stronger than the rook. Let's now take a look at another example. The position which you can see right now on the chessboard is from the year 1899, from a chess game between Karl Schlechter, an Austrian chess player, and Mednerov. Here we can see how white very beautifully used black's uncomfortable position of the king. I don't even want to know how this black king got on h5 in this position, starting with pawn to g4 with check. Black captures our g4 pawn with his f5 pawn, we capture back with our h3 pawn with check again, and the black king in this position can only escape now on h4. Now for white to create the threat of a dark squared bishop moving on f2 with checkmate, we have to block the h3 square on which the black king can escape in this position now. Therefore, you could think that, well, we should just play either king to g2 or king to h2. But before playing one of these two moves, you should at first start calculating which one is the correct one, or if there's another and better move. Because on king to g2, black could just play knight to f4 with check, and on king to h2, black could just destroy us completely with queen to e2. But Schlechter obviously saw both of these two losing variations of how to get the king either on g2 or on h2, because, well, he was just a professional chess player. He has to see something like this. But he found another, more crazy and absolutely unbelievable move. In this position, Schlechter sacrificed his queen by capturing his opponent's pawn on h6 with the queen with check. Because this is just a full sacrifice of a piece, not only of a piece, of the biggest and strongest piece, the queen with 9 points of material. Because here black is forced to capture the queen with their own queen from h6, because if not, we would just capture it. So they capture it, and now we can, without any problems anymore, play king to h2, because now there isn't anymore the threat of queen to e2, because, well, the queen isn't anymore standing on the e file, but rather on the h6 square, where it is right now just completely useless. It is 9 points of material strong, but in this position it is just completely useless, because now it doesn't matter which move black will play. They can play pawn to a6, they can play pawn to c5, queen to, I don't know, e6. That doesn't matter, because in all of these cases we just play the now possible move bishop to f2 with checkmate, completely destroying our opponent. So you could again see that after we have found out that the queen on h6 is completely useless, even if it's 9 points of material strong, we could win this game. And this was an audio with this video in which I have shown you why you should always calculate in your positions if you have time on the clock, especially if you're not a beginner in the game of chess. So if you liked the video, feel free to leave a like there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till next time, bye!